Okay, I've given it some consideration. So basically my question was, am I ready for the final encounter? So I have a couple of options. I can go down. I have plenty of time left on the time track currently. I could go down here and do another encounter. And the reason I do that is because then I could maybe get to some of my weapons which are buried in here. Get to some of my weapons and get those back out. The other option is just go straight into the encounter. And I feel like I might be ready for the encounter. I'm a little nervous about it. But here's basically how it's going to go down. So this guy, if each undead enemy in each hero area has at least one wound, gets flipped. So what I can do, as the encounter is going to go down right now, I'm going to get 2 enemies. There's going to be 3 that come out, plus Atharak the Undying. So I think what's going to happen is, if I can prevent the reinforcement track from going up, I can deal with the 2 enemies I have in front of me, and then deal with Atharak on the next turn and not have to worry about any reinforcements. So I'm going to do that. So let's get started. We're going to move north in the travel phase. When this location becomes the active location, discard 1 resolve from the resolve pool. Here we go. We have entered the Plains of Sorrow, where Atharak the Undying lays waiting for me. And we're going to get 3 blue undead enemies. That is an undead enemy. That is an undead enemy. Then a Headless Hulk. Headless Hulk Hogan. And then Atharak the Undying is going to come out. And then we're going to go into the pursuit phase. So 1, 2 enemies pursue me, a bone serpent and a tormented skeleton. So I think I'm going to kill these guys, and then Atharak's ability won't allow him to flip. And he's not going to be dealing me any damage this turn anyway. So let's kill these guys, see if I can do it. This one doesn't like piercing damage, but blunt and flame are a weakness. This guy also blunt and flame are a weakness. So he has 0 defense against magic, so I can just use my ally action 1, 2 to deal 3 magic damage to that guy, plus 1 from the vulnerability to flame, and he's dead. And then let's see if I can kill this guy with my knight. It says whenever 1 or more damage is placed on this enemy, the owner of the hero area this enemy is in must discard 1 card if able. That sort of sucks. But let's see if I can kill him. Now the issue is whether Atharak's Leader of the Dead ability is an interrupt. Like, so if I kill him in 1 hit, is Atharak going to flip? It doesn't really matter, because if Atharak flips, he's going to do basically nothing and then flip back over again. So in that case, it doesn't really make a difference. So let's see. Let's try and kill this thing. So I think I'm going to put out my Arcane Longblade to start with. And that is 1 focus. And then we are going to attack the thing with my knight. So I can discard an arcane or combat card. This Song of Hope will probably do, to attack twice. And that'll kill it for sure. But each time it takes damage, it's going to cause me to discard a card. And that's actually fine, because I want to get these evade harm cards out of my hand, actually. So we're going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And unfortunately, it's going to move me up 1 on the reinforcement track, but that's okay. It's not that bad. So we are going to discard the Song of Hope in order to attack twice, and also both times it takes damage, we're going to discard those 2 cards. So that is it. It's got 1 defense, so I dealt 3 damage each time. And now it got 2 wounds, and it is dead as well. Now, I believe that means Atharak gets flipped. It doesn't really make a difference, because there's not much else I'm doing this turn. But I guess I could put some wounds out on Atharak right now. Or I could try and kill that Headless Hulk. Let's see if I can try and kill the Headless Hulk. I only have the Song of Reprieve left, though. I think I'm just going to use the Song of Reprieve right now. That Headless Hulk is looking nasty. Also, if I don't use the Song of Reprieve, it doesn't really matter if I use the Song of Reprieve, but if I don't use it, I can discard a card to flip Sigris the Bold. Of course, I could always just buy a card that costs 1, like that one, for instance. So the question is whether I can kill Atharak this turn. If I can't kill Atharak this turn, I should just not bother with anything else and try and get Atharak into my hero area for next turn. There is going to be 1 enemy that comes out, 1 additional enemy, and I'm going to have to put wounds on all of them to cause Atharak to flip again. I think I'm just going to discard this card to allow Sigris the Bold to flip over. And that's it. And then we are going to go into the defense phase. So in the defense phase, Atharak is going to use the Breath of Unlife and flip back over again. That guy doesn't do anything because his ability is only from a hero area. Oh, I got to draw back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my short sword. I was wondering where all my weapons are. They're in here. I'm going to have to discard some cards to draw some cards, unfortunately. Not looking like it's going to happen, but I can still do that using some cards from here, I think. Okay. That's it. Then we go to the encounter phase. Basically nothing happens there. So then we go to the time phase and we move up 1, which is going to enrage an enemy. Now let me check the rule on this one. I believe that when that happens, I would not enrage any enemies because I have no enemies in my hero area. So let's check that. Yep, that only deals with enemies in your hero area. So that nothing happens. And then we're going to go into the reinforcements phase. Reinforcements is 1, so we're going to go to the left 1 and get a new undead enemy out. Just a regular tormented skeleton. And then we're going to have the pursuit phase, and this guy comes in. I get halved, so I get down to 3 again. Atharak brings me down to 1. And then the tormented skeleton brings me down to 0. Perfect. And then we have another hero phase. So this is where I'm actually going to try and deal some damage to the Atharak the Undying. And try and kill Atharak the Undying this turn, if I can. So let's see what I can do about that. Okay, this is maybe going to work, maybe not. The problem is this deck has very few attacky type cards, which makes sense for a bard. So I'm mainly relying on my allies to attack. So I think I'm going to start by having Sigris the Bold kill the Tormented Skeleton. So we're going to do that. Attack an enemy, you may discard an Arcane or Combat to attack again only once. So we're going to discard this Inspire Companion to, yes, attack again. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is all the damage that it needs to be killed. So that is killed. Unfortunately, then I'm going to have to discard the 2 cards, just like before. We're going to get rid of a Song of Hope and an Inspire Companion. Then that gives me a resolve. Then I'm going to have, oh, this guy flips. Then I'm going to have Kurdan attack this enemy. So that is 1, 2. And he's dealing 3 magic damage. That guy's got 1 magic defense, so he gets 2 wounds. Plus, he has flame, so he gets another wound from his vulnerability. And then I need to deal with Atharak. So I'm going to do my big magic attack with my Arcane Longblade. And that's a regular action. And basically I need to deal 5 damage. And I can deal 5 damage if I can discard enough cards. Now, of course, I can always buy the cards that just cost 1. They need to be combat cards, though. So, is there a way to... I think that was when I get this Inner Strength out. When an action that allows for or requires discarding cards to be resolved, you may treat it as if up to 3 cards were discarded, but no more than the maximum allowed by the action resolved. So, I'm going to buy that. That costs me 3. And we're going to use my Arcane Longblade. So that's 3 damage, plus 2 more damage, and that's going to move me up 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, actually 5, 6. Let's go back. 1, 2, 3, 4. I also have my Song of Serenity that I can buy to prevent that enemy from raging. But I think I do want the enemy to rage. And you'll see why in a second. Alright, if I still had those evade cards in my hand, this would be, or evade harm cards, this would be a great time to use them, but unfortunately I don't. So I'm going to use this Inner Strength, and that's going to deal, move me up that many. So I already talked about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which moved me over 2 symbols. So it's going to go like that. That moves up, and somebody gets enraged, and that's going to be the Headless Hulk. But first, I deal the damage, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means that goes like that, and I get 1 wound on this guy, and he flips, which is what I needed to happen. And then the Blue Hulk is going to... Actually, I think I am going to get that Song of Serenity. Well, the problem is I need a song card for that. So, can I afford to get another song? Well, I can use arcane cards as song cards. So I'm going to get, actually, spend 3. Hopefully this is a good idea. I'm going to get Song of Serenity and a Be Ready card. And when this guy's going to Hulk out, I'm going to say, nope. I'm going to use the Song of Serenity, and I'm going to discard Be Ready as though it were a song card because of my Lute of Spell Song. And calm the enemy. And if I cancel an Enrage effect before it resolves, I have to bury this card. So this goes like that goes like this, and it goes back like this, actually. But that prevents that guy from hulking out. I don't want him to Hulk out yet because... I want to make sure that Atharak gets flipped first, and I wasn't quite sure on the timing of that. And also I want to use this guy's ability before he's about to get killed. So we're going to use this guy's ability now. His reflex, place 1 flame on up to 2 enemies. 1, 2. Again, that moves up. That gets moved. And he's going to put a flame token on up to 2 enemies, like so. And that is going to hit their vulnerabilities as well, like so. This guy's now got 4. He's nearly dead. I should probably finish him off when I have a chance. Let's see, Blunt, Divine, and Flame. All right, this gets flipped. And then I have to somehow deal more damage to Atharak the Undying, which is the sucky part. Let's see, how can I deal more damage to this guy? That is the difficult part. So if I can get the Headless Hulk to Hulk out, then I can deal 4 damage to it. And that's going to be a pretty nice source of damage. Also, I got this short sword that I can deal a little bit of damage, but that is not going to be enough. Okay, this maybe is not going to work out, but let's see. I'm going to do this, like so. I'm going to get a Be Ready card, and then I'm going to play it. So let's draw 1 card, and then any player can draw 1 card. So I'm going to draw 2, basically. 1, 2. Perfect. I'm going to put Battle Hymns in my hero area, like so. And I'm going to put my Fire Sting in my hero area, and then I'm going to attack with Fire Sting as a fast action. Yes! This is very, very nice. Very nice. So this fast action is pretty cool. Oh, I need to get rid of my loot when I do that. This fast action is pretty cool. 3 damage, 3 enemy focus. I can discard 1 combat card to place fire on the targeted enemy. So 3 damage, 3 enemy focus, but this has the flame keyword, so it's going to hit his vulnerabilities. I think this is going to be good. In fact, I don't know if I need to put out a... Are there any combat cards here? I think... Yeah, I don't have a lot of combat cards in there. So I don't think I can be discarding a combat card to put a flame token out. Hopefully that won't be a problem. So we're going to deal that damage. 1, 2, 3. Go back to there. Another token there. And this guy enrages again. So he's going to enrage in a second. But first I'm going to deal my damage. That's 2 damage because of the 1 defense plus 1 from the vulnerability. So now he's up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's about to take 3 more. Yeah. So then here's where the Headless Hulk attacks. And the Headless Hulk is going to attack hero, allies, and enemies in its hero area. So that's pretty cool. So it doesn't really matter the order in which I do these things. He does 4 damage. I'm going to start with Atharak. So he's going to attack Atharak, and he's going to deal 1, 2, 3 wounds to Atharak. 1, 2, 3. Now we're up to 8. Basically just need 1 more. How am I going to get that, though? We'll figure something out. Let's trade some of these in. Alright, so he's up to 8. Yeah, I needed that 1 extra from Fire Sting. Oh, by the way, Fire Sting gets discarded. He's going to attack all of my allies as well. So he's going to deal 4 damage there. That actually only resolves as 1 wound. He's going to deal 4 damage here, and that actually kills that ally. So that ally is out of the game now. Oh, I know how I'm going to win, I think. No, that's a regular action. Never mind. And then the Headless Hulk is going to attack me, so it's 4 damage. I'm going to use my cloak to cancel 1 of the damages. And then we're going to basically just move 3 of these things to my pile over here. So 1, 2, 3. And of course, he's going to attack himself because it doesn't say not to all allies and enemies in its hero area. So it's going to attack itself. And then it's going to kill itself. And I think I get resolve for that still. So we're going to get 2 resolve for that. And that 2 resolve is going to allow me to win, maybe? I don't know. Let's see if there's anything I can figure out to deal 1 more damage. Otherwise, we're just going to have to take it into the next round, which itself is not that bad. We're just going to have to survive another round. So let's see. Okay, I think this is going to go a third round, but I don't think that's going to be a problem, actually. Oh, wait, I completely forgot about my Battle Hymns ability. My goodness. Whenever any damage is dealt by a hero or an ally, you may discard up to 3 song cards. The hero or ally deals +1 damage for each card so discarded. Guys, I have it. We're going to equip this short sword. That moves that up, that moves that time track up, that moves that over there, that moves that up, like that. We're going to buy a couple more songs. 2, 3, 4, just to have them. We'll get the song, 2 songs of enchantment. Now I have 3 songs in my hand. Check this out. We're going to deal this fast action, which is 1 damage, 1 focus. But we're going to discard 3 song cards for +1 damage, +1 focus. So 1, 2, 3, another one of those. It doesn't matter. That's 1, 2, 3. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. -1 from the defense. That is 3 more wounds. And that, my friends, will kill Atharak the Undying. Yes, yes, yes. I have done it. We have defeated Atharak the Undying. And then we just basically go to the encounter phase. The encounter has been finished, which means we win the game. What? Okay. So, Aseki the Namekeeper has single-handedly destroyed the Undead Dragon Lord. That was pretty fun. The one and only dragon, I will have you know, in history. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I hope that gives you a good idea of how in Mistfall you can play a satisfying and not terribly, I don't want to say not terribly challenging, but not overly challenging game of Mistfall with just a single character, regardless of which character you choose. Now, there might be a few that are harder than the Bard. I mean, the Bard has those 2 allies, which was very handy. But any hero can stand alone in this game, and I think that's pretty great. So, I'm going to get my next one set up right away, I think, and we're going to be playing 2 heroes against a massive combined set of both Mistfall games, and I hope you'll enjoy that as well. But for now, according to the great bard, Aseki the Namekeeper, that's all she wrote.